Today, we're here to have fun, and man, I might pick up a few of these Solo X's. I know you guys might want to too. But without further ado, like Cornet says, let's cue the intro. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. What's up, guys? Appreciate you tuning in. Got a few things to talk about. It's Friday. But, of course, don't forget to find your favorite beverage of choice. One might choose twisted tea. And, I don't know. I'll stick with the water. I'll see you guys in a minute. Here we go. What is up, everyone? It's Friday. It is Friday. We're here. We got some new swag. We got kickers flying off the shelves, and you just gotta look at them. That's all you can do. Mike, thank you for tuning in. Cornut, you know what? Just because. Cornut's an OG. We love you, man. Thank you for tuning in, being with us tonight. Let's see. That clip will be shown as... I can't. I'm sure Rebecca Black will tell us what day it is. I feel like I'm missing out, but it's okay. I'll get it. They'll be chewing on me in the Discord afterwards. Appreciate you guys tuning in. W for Rudy. Yo. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, man, you know, those Solo X's. Yeah, I had to grab one, you know. Here I'm talking about budgets with Baba, and We both know how that goes. But you know, whenever you see something like that come across your plate, it's really hard not to jump on it. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Basshead 30, thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Appreciate that you are here. No audio. Very low audio. It's probably my gain. I turned my gain down a little bit. Let's see. We'll turn that back up. Tell me if that's a little bit better, guys. Well, 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 would you look at that? Would you look at that right there? It's Livin Loud with Andy, late Friday night. Look at it. You see that right there? Right there. You just got to look at it. Livin Loud with Andy from the Kicker Cave. And yes, we are literally in the Kicker Cave. We got a new camera shot. I had to throw that in there, even though I need that GoPro for TDH coming up. And we're probably going to do a live show next Friday just regarding TDH. It's going to be awesome. But still, I had to try something different. You know me, guys. Appreciate you, William. No sound, real silent. You can barely hear it. Not the right track sequence with the vid either, Andy. Let's see. Me and Kayla were actually playing with a little bit of sound, and that might be why. SQ tonight, nice and quiet. Your music is on mute, Andy's. So background music isn't working. Oh, don't tell me that. Let me just take a look at it here. Let's see. Looks like music's coming through. Yep. Yep. It might have just been my mic. Was earlier, now it's fine. Well, I appreciate you guys. You know, that's what I'm doing every Tuesday for Ernie is sound check. Like, I am blowing up his phone. Hey, fix this. Because I know the comments take a minute to go through YouTube. And that's my job there. Good. So it was the gain. And now we just got to make it rain. You're fine. We heard background music during the intro. No intro music. I know what it is then. We were doing a lot of settings over here, and it's probably going to be the browser. Let's see. Browser. That would be for that. Let's see. Cornet come through. Yep.
He does.
Yep. There we go. I had it on mute just so I didn't have any issues. You know, this live streaming stuff, it's a lot, but it's fun. You know, and I was actually tweaking it so we would be ready for Slamology. It's going to be awesome because I've been trying to have it better. Last year worked, but there was a slight delay. If you were, you know, a special guest on the show at Slamology, there was a slight delay. I couldn't look at you right in the face. It just did not match. And now we actually got it working. And if you just take a look at this, you can just look at it. We'll go over here on to one. Boom.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
And we are live. I don't have any other cameras on, so this is it. Say hello. Say something.
Hello.
First time being on the show tonight, huh?
Yep.
Ready? Think you'll get the position?
Probably not.
I love you, babe. Works. I just want to see how the audio sounds with everything.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I can hear you. Mm-hmm. I hear myself. You should be able to hear yourself lightly through that headset. Because if you mute it, go ahead and mute it and then talk.
I don't know how.
Just flip it up. Now talk. Isn't that weird? It like loosely picks up your voice. It's not as good as this one, but it works. I've been trying to do this for so long.
Yeah.
Yep. Who wears pink pants? Garrick! She's like, kill me. But we did a lot of testing today, and it works, and I am so happy. I'll have to spend more money on more audio equipment, so that's probably why we ran a little bit of audio in the beginning of the show. So, sorry guys, should be good to go full tilt boogie tonight. And you know what? I'm looking at it, and I see a $10 super chat from Garrick, and it is Friday. Thank you, Garrick. I appreciate you, man. And that is awesome. Man, you know, this guy said, he's like, I got something special for you Friday. And would you look at that? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I actually seen you on a YouTuber talking about where all the OGs go, the vloggers. And I seen him mention you, which is awesome. And we know the story with Garrick. He's back at it. Appreciate that you're here, man. And thank you for all that you do. We got 38 on YouTube, 45 altogether. Smash the like, guys. I love you. I tried pulling up Kicker Club. I think my internet's not working with this tablet. If it ain't one problem, it's another. But we got one more super chat from LLwA. Man, we got to roll the clip again. We just have to. Thank you so much, LLwA. On behalf of my man, Cornut, that is designing and building my Kicker KS speaker build with the Comp Q15 i1 on Unmasked. I love this community. That is awesome. And man, what better guy to build you a Kicker box than Cornut, man? That guy, he is awesome. Good friend of mine, and he's always hanging out with us. And he's got a discount code for everything, it seems like, and just doing the mobile installations and, you know, learning the stuff that I don't particularly enjoy, but someone's got to do it with all the techie stuff and just, you know, installs, you know. So thank you to the guys that do what Cornut does and build enclosures, just the whole nine with installs. And thanking our boy, or helping our boy LLwA out, which is awesome. And I can't wait to see the pictures there, LLwA. And thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. We got Saman Stately up here. Thank you for tuning in. Now I sound really loud. Holy moly. We got to turn that down just a smidge. Cool. Clipping over here. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's just how I have everything pumping through the show. There's a lot going on. Thank you for tuning in, Cedric. This guy texted me. He's like, are you having a show tonight? I was like, absolutely, I'm having a show tonight. And, you know, just in case, I could blow my nose with my Kicker Kleenex box, which is awesome, by the way. It doesn't really feed the Kleenexes too well, but it works, just in case. I thought it was very fitting. I'm always blowing my nose anyway. And, you know, why it's a Kleenex box? Why did I put Kicker on it? Not just because I love Kicker, but so many people call a subwoofer that they don't even know the brand of it. It could be an MTX. It could be whatever under the sun. And they're like, oh, what kind of kickers you got in your trunk there? Oh, those are some nice kickers. No, just like the Kleenex. Can I get a Kleenex off of you? You mean a tissue paper? Like tissue. Can I have a tissue? No, these are puffs. They're not even Kleenex. But still, the box is a Kicker Kleenex box, and it's so fitting, and I had to. I just had to. And John K with the fancy logos on here, which is awesome. Thank you, John. Appreciate you guys. All right, thank you, VC. I'm catching up live from the Burkett Zoo. Mute the undies. Uncle Bobby B, baby. There he is. Where's it at?
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Thank you for being here, Bobby. Appreciate you, man. Eddie G-Unet, please, I'm begging you, give us an update on the new Warhorse release date. You know, you're going to have to ask this guy right here, Mr. John Myers. He likes to let a few cats out of the bag. But honestly, soon. You know, I heard Jeremy Brown talking about on Mass this Tuesday about, summer. And I hope it doesn't come down to that. But it might. It might not. They said Q1 into Q1, beginning to Q2, and that's about now. So I would just keep your checkbooks ready just in case. Just in case, man. Thank you, 25. Appreciate you, man. Yes, we have the new Livin Loud with Andy t-shirts. We got W editions. We got everything. If you go to livinloudwithandy.com and you go to t-shirts and more, scroll down. go down to the Livin Loud with Andy special merch. And this is where I might be transitioning everything to. The prices are a little bit better. Only $25, plus shipping. But still, a really good deal for everything else, man. Thank you so much, 25. Appreciate you. Yeah, see, I'm so far behind. I do this all the time. It's like, oh, wait, that's not working? I know what it is. And that's the same thing with, like, car audio. It's like troubleshooting, diagnosing. I love that stuff. But, hey, you live and you learn. Yeah, we're getting there. It's definitely an SQ day. You can't even hear the bass, man. Come on, what's going on? Andy, Volvo update. Man, this guy, it's like I know Bobby B or something, So we got this camera here over there. The engine is in. It's not... We don't need to be hearing their AC pump there. It's in. It's not finished, but it is in the car. Which is awesome, and I'm excited. Yeah, I went down to the shop, said, hey, how you doing? And it's getting there. They actually had to order a new motor mount, which makes sense, and this car is going to be done right. And we need a good motor mount for pulling all that bass, let me tell you. You don't want that thing snapping off. Man, why isn't Kicker Club working? I'm telling you, it's this Wi-Fi that's on my tablet over here. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let's see. What internet am I hooked up to? Livin Loud with Andy Studio. So it's got to be streaming to Kicker Club, but I'm scrolling down, refreshing it, and usually I'm the first thing that pops up whenever I go on there and I'm live. So I don't know why it's not working. Very strange indeed. Garrick. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Sorry I'd join you, but stuck in the ER. Man, no bueno. I hope you feel better. I know what you're going through, man. Appreciate you. Big time. From all this audio not working, I'm sweating. Pressure. This is a recording. I know I need to get Kayla on here for an interview. We got to break her in a little bit, see if she can do it. But still, yes, I would like, because I know you guys were asking, like, hey, are you going to use the kicker couch at all? And I'm like, well, I'm still really working on the audio, so now we got that done. I can actually do that, and also works for Slamology, mostly for Slamology. But I do want to get Dan from the Stereo Shop. He just works a lot. I'll see if he can jump on one of these Fridays here. Maybe a Tuesday. Who knows? It really could be any day, man. Let's see. Scrolling down. ER Mike. Yes. She puts up with it. It's not that she despises it. I've dated someone that just despised it, and that didn't work out. So, it's not that she's like, oh, she's a basehead baddie or whatever those groups are. She's not that. She's not going to pretend to be something that just to look cool or whatever, or to make me feel even better. She has her own hobbies, man. She's got a few of them, but still, she does. I would say she enjoys it. One, because of me, but two, not just because of me. So I love her for that. She be bumping, bro. She be bumping. Quad box, L7X. She plays it. She definitely does. I'm not talking like just 140s, man. She's up there. She's up there. John got Bass Davis. Super geeked right now after eating 3 ramen for 3 months. Finally pulled the trigger on a Salt 8 today, and you could save a bunch of money by eating ramen noodles and get yourself a big 8,000 watt amplifier. Call today. Literally, man, and that's awesome. It does take budgeting to put your system together. That did cross my mind as a topic for Tuesday, is like budgeting, but like it's kind of like boring. Let's talk about zeros and ones and green and red. It's something that you have to take into account, though, because not everybody just has thousands to just throw at their disposal. I still got that lingering cough. Not too bad, though. And it's something that you have to think about when building your system, planning ahead, making sure that you have more than you need in case you run into a problem, and you can save some money by buying in bulk rather than buying 2 wiring kits instead of just one bigger one and pay half in shipping. And just because of, just how that stuff works, man. That's awesome, and I hope it was worth it. I know your cholesterol is probably a little bit higher now. If you guys got any questions, it's Friday. I got a few things to talk about, but we hit a few nails on the head. I just want to catch up on the comments because I'm so far behind here. JT1970 with a $2 super chat, and that is pennies. But let me tell you, those pennies add up. So thank you, JT1970. I appreciate you, your support, and just always tuning in, being here. Thank you so much. Means the world, dude. Thank you. What's up, homie Skillet? Thank you for tuning in. I wish Kicker Club would just work. It's stuck on this Adam Cruz. I don't understand. I've never had an issue with this. And I know if I type my name in here, it might not even pull me to Kicker Club. And he is live. That's just my Facebook account. Now, if I go here, that should take me there. It says I'm live. Wow, would you look at that? Would you look at that? I got it. I got it. And that was Mike. Okay, yeah, Mike's... Okay, he commented there too. We are in 2 different Kicker Clubs. We're in a few. Thank you for tuning in, though. Appreciate ya. No bueno. No bueno, Mike. No bueno. What's going on? Budget Audio with Jay. Thank you for tuning in. And I love this new camera because now you can see the Budget Audio with Jay cup over there. StreamYard cup. Hi-Fi Vega. Just the little knickknacks. Thank you for tuning in and being here. I got to add more, but you know, it's just stuff's everywhere. Mr. Mullen, Cornut built my computer also. And I actually heard about that one in the making, man. That is awesome. And thank you, Cornut, for all that you do, man. And these same guys put my computer together too. And I wouldn't be able to do half of this stuff if it wasn't for them. I'll tell you on that. We were on that laptop. That is the OG laptop for where these live streams started. So, and it was having issues. We'll say that much. It was having issues. Let's see. I'm telling you, man. Kicker Kleenex box. It's a must. I do feel like 99% better. It's just slow, man. It's slow. And that's the sad thing about all this stuff is after a whole pandemic, it just seems like the common cold takes forever to get rid of. Let's see. Garrick got great news today about one of my unique custom-built, custom-made box by Jacquard. It's almost done. I hear good things about that man, and he makes some really big builds. I think, what was it? The Kalu's got one being built as well from him, and that's awesome. That is really awesome. I can't wait to see it, Garrick. RVH, I need Cornut to come help fiberglass my spare tire well. Man, Cornut.
Cornut. He knows.
He is all over the chat tonight. I love it, though, and he probably would. He's that guy, man. He is that guy. Bubba's like, you flying him out? I mean, I don't think Cornut flies. He goes by train. So there's that. And it's probably a little bit cheaper, too. And you know where he's going to sit. SDK, morning, people. I'm doing CAD and watching the show. I'm glad you're here, Jake, and you better do that CAD and we're gaming. If I see you on Discord gaming, we're going to have some problems. Got to get that stuff done. Keep up the hard work, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Andy has a Kicker trash can as well. Dubby, I mean, we do. I'm not going to say Kicker's trash, but we got a Kicker trash can, and yeah, totally not licensed whatsoever. Cannot resell any of this, but I got permission to do this extra stuff. I love it, though, and thank you, Kicker, for giving me the logos. It's awesome. It is awesome. And a lot of you guys sent me a lot of these logos, too, back when you sent me this this computer sitting over here. Wait, this one? Yeah, there we go. We don't have the fish cam anymore. I do need another camera. All them stickers over there, you guys gave me a ton on the side there. It's awesome. Thank you. And extras. You always need extras. El Fuego Warhorse is going to be available not later than July, according to my winking Kicker source. And you know, I feel like that is a better way to describe it as and that's the thing too. It's really hard for them to say, oh, well, that's as late as it's going to be. I feel like it's still wishful thinking, but still the people doing this stuff, like the actual ones, will know, you know, like how close they really are. And I'm surprised. It happens though, you know, just with how everything is overseas, and it's not like the product's pretty much done, but just putting all your eggs in a line to get it going. So if it's here by summer, I would hope by Slamology. You know, I would love to switch some things up or just add to it here and there, but regardless, no biggie. I'm okay for now. I'm okay for now. John Mowers. I can't. Set me up for that one, John. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Mr. John M. Let's see. Just landed back in Tuzla after MasterTech. Yes, you know, I forgot I was going to load up some shots of MasterTech. I know Bill was posting a bunch, and you were down there with Steve. I think, was it Steve down there, or was that something else? Because I know Steve was doing a presentation. I think that was at Kicker HQ, or maybe that was there. I forget exactly. I want to see that too. But it looks like you had fun, and man, MasterTech Expo. Yeah, I think it was Dean was there. All the big high rollers, Mark, Car Audio Fab. It was just insane. Insane. And we got a $5 super chat. You got to look at it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Really all you can do anymore. Thank you, VC. You might get delayed feedback from us, but it takes 18.5 hours to get a signal from Voyager 2. And you know, that's the thing, man. I love space. It takes so long to do anything. Everything is so far away. And I don't know where Voyager 2 is. I mean, that's probably all the way out past Pluto by now. I don't know. I know that's maybe even further. I don't know. They send a lot out, and it's just the radio waves can only go so fast, and you're still limited by the speed of light, which is really fast, but in the scheme of space, an astronomical mile or astronomical unit is the distance from the Earth and the Sun, and that still takes 8 minutes. And Pluto's a little further than that, and whatever have you, so it's going to take a while. That's insane, and that's just radio waves. I love science, I really do. Stereo Shop in Greensburg. Is that Dan himself? Why don't... It must be... Yeah. That's Dan. I think it's Dan. It might be Dan. Maybe he's in the other Kicker Club. Yes, sir. That's where I was having the Team SP Loud shows for 2 years. Really cool guy, man. He is. And his shirt looks like a hockey jersey. I wanted to go for something a little bit different. You know, I've already been on the path of it, but I was like, how do I make this design, right? I wanted something with electricity. And because, you know, that's what we deal with is power, sound, and, you know, just black and yellow. Cool. And thank you, Dubby, for... He didn't actually make this one. All me. But he sent me the right way to go about it with the AI and just... downloading that and just tweaking it, and man, it came out awesome. This thing is so cool, and it's not too flashy. Like it is flashy. It's got a little bit of lightning bolts in it, but I wanted something where it's like you could see the name, and then it just kind of got it everywhere, and it's just clean on the back. It's not logos all over the place. But thank you so much, RVH. I appreciate you big time, man, and means a lot, big time. Dubby. Eat, sleep, bass, repeat. This is Extremo. I'm moving over here from Facebook. Nobody is over there. Welcome to the party. This is the real party over here, YouTube section. 100%. 100%. Mr. Land Cruiser. Let's see. Cedric, if everything goes okay, Dan should be doing my truck next. Check if my car stops needing inspection and registration. So Dan's gonna at the stereo shop gonna be doing. Oh yes, the 4-channel on your for your car. You're gonna add the 360.4 onto it and just run all the wires. It's awesome, man. He will do excellent, clean work. Let's see what's going on, Mr. Lusher. Thank you for tuning in. Look at that. Everybody left Facebook. And they're all on YouTube now. It was 40 for 40. That's great. That's really where the party is. Facebook's more out, reach out to new people and stuff. What's going on, T. Corley? Thank you for tuning in. What's up from Arkansas, Andy? Thank you for tuning in from Arkansas. That's pretty close to Mr. Hi-Fi Vega. That is awesome, man. Let's see. Sound quality is better on here than on YouTube. One thing I would check is you can go to your settings. Make sure you're clicked at 1080. I stream at 1080. Sometimes YouTube will do auto depending on your internet connection. It might give you 360 and sound like dunk. Does not sound good. DIY everything to save money. Man, you know, if that's the thing, knowledge is power, knowledge is money, and that works both ways, which way you look at them too, with what we do. And yes, you can absolutely save some money, man. You really can. Marcus, thank you for tuning in. This guy tunes into the Unmasked show as well, like a lot of you guys. Let's see here. Is Kicker sending a Solo X18 to Carlos when they are available? Maybe. You know, they'll always do stuff for people, man. They're awesome. They're an awesome company, and I know, like how Jeremy Brown was saying, you know, we were kind of nervous about it because this, even if, you know, we make this great product, it might not do well in that setup, or something crazy happens and it fails. It's not going to look good on us. So it was crazy for them to do that in the beginning. And to run the 18, I could see it. And the thing is, Carlos is already changing his new enclosure too. So is that going to work in that one? You know, I look at things as a scientific way, you know, control. You got to keep the control the same. If you're going to try adding different things, keep it the same as much as you can. But I think that page is turned unless you would go back and test the 15 again in that new setup, and then the 18 in that new setup. And that's why I don't really do SPL tests, because I don't see the fairness in it in just that kind of level. And again, it's just for fun. It really is for fun. Let's see. Garrick, my favorite Andy shirt is the one with you and Cookie Monster showing your box. And you just got to look at it. You got to look at that one. You really do. Let's see. Budget Audio with Jay, appreciate you 25 and everyone who tunes in. Thank you, Budget Audio. All right, let's talk about the subject of tonight's show, kind of sort of thing here. Oh, I don't need that. Those Solo X's. Buddy Ree Paul is selling his Solo X collection. And what he's doing is he wants to sell, you know, them as a complete kit. And the motor, basket, the whole nine. And I think it was for $750. Yeah, asking $750 each for the subs. And wink, wink, I'm getting a cone. I'm getting a cone. I would get a whole motor and basket, but honestly, after this is going to be the new Solo X18. And at that point, then I can just run 1, 2, 3, 4, how many ever I want. And I've always ran the single 18 for the longest time. No sense really getting a whole motor and stuff. But either way, if you guys do want to pick up a Solo X, verified buyer, I have the link pinned in the YouTube section here. So go check it out. Everybody under the sun was literally tagging me in this post. And I was like, that name sounds familiar. Let me take a look at it. And next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I already talked to this guy a long time, for a little bit too. Like, you know, like actually had conversations about Kicker and stuff. I was like, hey, you think I can get one of those? Took a day, but he answered back, and we're good to go. Most likely going to pick it up at Slamology, and that's honestly what I really need it for, is Slamology in case something would happen. Slide a new one in, ready to go. And it'd be awesome to do that. Not that I want to blow my sub, but just in case. Just in case. Budget Audio with Jay. Andy will be running 2 Warhorse and 2 21-inch Solo X subs for Slam. Didn't hear it from me. Just kidding, but are you? Man, you know, if they made a 21-inch sub, you bet believe I would be running that. Because, you know, I feel like my box is so big compared to the sub. Let's put a bigger sub in there. It would work. Has enough airspace, too. Does. Let's see. Sean, Andy, I know you're a big kicker fan, guy. And what made you think that? But what would you think of the JL TW3s? They are super slim, and I've heard they have good output. You know, I like JL. I really do. The TW3s, are those the shallow mount drivers? Either way, you know, a shallow mount driver is going to do what it's designed to do. Do well in a shallow mount application. You might lose a little bit of output compared, and a shallow mount woofer, just the difference of overhung and middle hung and underhung can make a difference of how the driver is designed. I know Kicker, they flip theirs upside down just so it works a little bit better for their, what is it, underhung design rather than overhung. Either way, and they're built different. So, you know, you're going to have a little bit of limitations one way or another. If you're just looking like sub versus sub, now is that versus any other shallow mount driver? You know, I haven't really messed with them enough other than the Comp RT8. And it sounded good. I mean, it was just a little shallow mount driver, you know, and it is what it is. In a stock location, didn't really test it with a lot of different enclosures to really see what it could do. So I can't really verify if that's bad or not. But the JLW3s I have sound great. The W7 that I reconed sound great, you know, and they work and they sound good, you know, and you're going to pay for something that sounds good. And JL's been around for a very, very, very long time. So I don't think it's a bad idea to take that chance. Sean Richard, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Cracker 0974, Big Hammer with the kicker. That's it. Thank you, SJC. Appreciate you, man. I wanted something that had a little bit of bang to it. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of something just to look at it. That's all. Just to look at it. Weather is not too bad. I didn't take a step outside today. Don't ask me. But yesterday, pretty cold. Pretty cold. I'm used to looking at this camera over here. And it's like, wait, it's over here. You know, I like this shot. I'm not going to use it all the time. I'm using a little bit extra tonight. But I like it because even Ernie has something like that. They used to have that down, you know, just you see the whole studio thing. And I wanted something like that. And it works for if we have a guest or just something. I don't know. It's just, you just got to look at it. That's all you can do. Lyle Haywood, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Cookies are cookies. Come on. That's a rhetorical question, man. That is a rhetorical... Oh, no, Kyle. Come on, Kyle. I mean, I love donuts. I really do. And I actually have a shirt underneath that actually says... Weekends are for donuts! I can't. No, I can't confirm nor deny cookies or donuts. I'm kind of split on that one. Man, he is dropping all of them. And I actually did drop a brand new members logo. If you look for it, it's called the Solo XOG. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, cool. So shirt, went over that. Speakers, went over that. All right, I got one more thing to talk about. We got 38 minutes in. We're doing good. Trying to pace it out just a little bit here. Just, you know, chilling, relaxing. It's Friday. No idea what I'm going to do for Tuesday. I might even do Tuesday as like a show how we're doing here, but we're going to have a bigger audience. So maybe we can just lean on having good questions for Tuesday. Or if you guys want to just save some questions, you know, in your mind and throw them down into the show live Tuesday, I think that would be cool. But I would have to let people know. And if you guys want to do that, I think that's a good idea. We can do an Ask Me Anything on Tuesday for Kicking It with Andy. I think we haven't done that in a very long time because it's always been tech, learning, testing, just something. And rather than just kind of not a super relaxed show, but just a Q&A for Kicking It with Andy, I think, and that'd be a little bit easier on me too because I just cannot think of anything to do. You know, that's not too crazy invested into it. Let's see. Bubba is a goat nonetheless. 100%, man. 100%. I love that video. I really do. The fact that Bubba can deal with me shows he's a goat and I'm a pain a lot of times. But we love you, Jake. We really do. We really do. powered by a 800.1 amp. What did I miss? I have two kicker. This is Big Rich Carter and Kicker Club. I have two kicker 10-inch shallow mount subs in the F150, and that's on the 800.1 or 800.1. And that's perfect. So if you got the two 10-inch comp RTs, and I think those are what, 300 or 400 RMS a piece. I mean, really, it's a perfect setup. And with shallow mounts like down firing or just shallow mount sealed, shallow mount passive radiator setup, they sound really good and they work in a very small space. And that's literally what they're designed to do, because a lot of people don't want to take out, their rear freaking tire, rear tire. Listen to me. Their dummy tire, their donut, their donut. They don't want to take that out to put batteries, so they just throw this little setup in there, and you throw the grocery right on top. Not even have to worry about it. Let's see, JT1970. Andy, you have any experience with the Q-Class subs? Those subs sound awesome and loud. I built one wall in my life, 4th order bandpass. It did a 50 on like 4K, from like 36 to like 43 hertz. Like, it was just flat. Okay. And it was all right. 412s, our good buddy Todd. And that's about the farthest experience I've got with them. And that build wasn't even like entirely finished yet either. Like, there was still a few little, tenths of dB that he could have got out of that too. But regardless, they are a SQ driven subwoofer for deep bass. They're a little bit different than the L7Ss. I've heard them, but still, I feel like they were designed in a way to be more accurate and maybe like a little bit heavier of a diaphragm, a little bit more power handling, but still with that kicker balance sound. And I can't wait to see what they come up with next, man. I know that they're working on the brand new comp Q series, but not the L7Q yet. I don't know exactly yet, but I that's the experience I have with them, and they work. They definitely work. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, you know what? I don't have any opinions on that opinion, but if I were to have an opinion on what's better, 5S or 6S LTO, and what's your favorite lead acid battery, a favorite lead acid battery is probably the one that the car comes with, because I know I'm never going to have to buy another one again. But, lead acid isn't all that bad. Lead acid is good for starting your car. They work in colder weather compared to AGM, and they have their place as a starting battery in most vehicles. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll all have lithium under our hood, Jake's like, don't say that. But with the 5S, 6S, it really does come down to the entire setup. What you're willing to change in your vehicle to get even more power and better results. A few things that you need to know, though, and that's experience, a helping hand, and it all depends how much effort you want to change into your vehicle. Do you want to bump up the voltage? Do you want to change your alternator? Do you want to replace your front battery? Those are all questions to ask before you say 5S or 6S, because each one can have its place within its reason. And 6S is it's more capacity. You have more watt hours in a 6S compared to a 5S. It's simple math. The watt hours times 5 or times 6, and you're just getting more capacity. But if you can't charge very high, then you're not getting that much more capacity as the 5S that is getting fully charged. So it all depends what you're trying to do, the voltage you're trying to drop down to, and maybe even budget too, man. There's always that. And, that's why I love the Titan 8 batteries. Like, they're great, and wait here. There we go. They're great. The X's Power Titan batteries, they're great for the people that don't know how to build their own DIY battery, or that maybe they just don't want to spend the time to do it. But it's not that entirely difficult to do it, especially when you've done it more than once. But still, that is still time. And maybe you want something that's just super clean and it's just got connective busing, and you want to add another one. Sure, grab another one, ship, click, install, done. There's no just crazy things to think about when you're doing what. It's very simple. So again, It all depends what you're trying to do. And those are 5S or 6S. So, I don't know. I like XS Power. I love JY, you know, and I love DIY too. It all depends what you're trying to do, and I like having options to tell people. Not just, hey, you got to build your own battery, and they look at it, they're like, oh my god, it looks like a freaking bomb. I don't want to say that too loud. I might get demonetized on YouTube, but it does. You know, and they get kind of scared. And we got to ease people in on it on both sides, and that takes experience and time. That I'm doing too, you know? It's like, hey, go check out the Titan 8 battery if you want some power, man. What do you got under your hood, AGM or lead acid? Oh, you got an AGM under your hood already. Let's run the 6S RSV version, and you got like, what, 3K amp? Perfect. That's perfect for your setup. Big time. Thank you, Mr. SDK. I turned the focus off on this, and it's still focusing again, and I don't know why. I swear this camera, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's good, but it has its quirks. Sometimes it likes to reset on me, and that's no bueno. And the only way into it is through the phone, through the app. Sean Richardson, what do you think about 2 L715s in the trunk of an 07 Civic? Woo, how do you fit 2 15s in the trunk of a Civic? That's what I want to know. Is he got the box cut in half and then he glues it together? Or you're just prying stuff back to get the 215 box in there? Or maybe it's sealed. You know, the sealed 15 enclosures that they sell, the prefabs, those are a lot smaller and you could probably fit them in. The hardest part about fitting any 15 or 2 15s for that matter into any trunk is the height limitation. Most trunk entrances, like with the back when you fold your seats down, if you can do that, you know, you're talking like 15, maybe 16 and a half, 17 inches. And the top of the box is going to be like 16 and a half minimum for a 15-inch firing this way. So sometimes you see people lay them on their back. If that even is shorter, maybe it's about the same and it's a rectangle and it's long. Or you do your own and then you can build it in there and then plop the subs in. It's a little bit easier and you can utilize all the space. I think it's a lot. You know, sometimes you can actually do more with less, like 2 12s in there. And if it was a more performance driven, I guess you could say, like, you're reaching what that driver can do better because it's in the right enclosure, because you have the space to build that enclosure and you can actually do more than trying to jam 2 15s into a trunk. One, the box might be too small, and whenever the box is even perfect for its size, that air has nowhere to go around that box to get out and breathe and go into the car. And that is something that a lot of people don't think about. And I have that problem too with Cookie Monster, man. That's why I want to slide the box up a little bit to get more airflow going around. And I shrunk the box to help that. And my score went up 1.5 dB, you know, and it's just way more musical. It all depends what you're trying to do. 2 15s in the trunk, you're crazy, but I've seen it a lot. And I bet you it pounds, dude. I bet you it pounds. Let's see, Cracker, only sticker I'm going to be repping is Livin Loud with Andy at Slamology. I appreciate you, man. I need all you guys to come up to me, show me, it's not your gamer tag, but your YouTube name, and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Like, just like Choke Change did last year. He's like, yo, I'm Choke Change. And I'm like, yo, what's up, man? That is awesome. And yeah, you'll have to do that. So, appreciate you, Cracker. Love you, buddy. Let's see, where am I at? Scrolling down. Baba is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Okay, why did that pushed me way up? I'm so far behind on the comments, but I'm glad I went back to that one because that was a good question. Yeah, we're back to the 5S, 6S. We ain't going there again. Cedric, are you making a new bass playlist for the sound comp? No, I would love to make 808s, beats, and more rebass, but the time is just not there. Those tracks, I did actually not make those, but I just made them readily available for people to use. And they have the certain frequencies. I have it in place in the playlist on this channel here. What is it? Monster Music playlist? Monster Music. That's what I have it labeled under. And it's just cool. It's just one frequency, and it's a whole song of that. It's good for competition. No, I'm not making any more of those, but that would be cool to do. I do want to rebass again. I've been having a few people ask me about the one Christian song. The one Christian song I rebassed, and randomly it's just trending and people are like, hey, can you make more of this? Because no one makes that stuff. I was like, I want to. I really do. I really do. Sean, Richard, is there a Recone kit for the 12s and 15s? For the L7X or the L7, I'm guessing that's LR. Let me take a drink here. The LR. You know, technically there is, what is it? Speaker Field? I forget what it's called. Springfield Speaker Store. You can get cones, you can get spiders, and then you can get a coil, and you can build it yourself. There's no drop-ins for that. Kicker doesn't have that either. I think that would be cool, but you see there's a lot of design that goes into the L7X to make that simple. And I wish they would make, not them personally, but just somebody would make a complete drop-in kit, or maybe even Kicker, that you have to glue in. But that's a lot of work, and Kicker's been known for the Solo X drop-in that need no glue, you just screw, and that's it. And that's the coolest thing. And to do that with a product that's the L7R or S or Q, that's going to change a lot of factors, and it's going to raise the price up a little bit more. It is, just because there's more parts that are going to be involved, more research and design, more. We've seen the show on Unmasked. Voice is fading. We're doing okay, though. Of all the steps of how they design a speaker, or just anything of Kicker, of how they design it from the ground up. And there's going to be more of those steps because there's like a whole nother product. Like how Jeremy Brown was talking about on Unmasked, was that these right here, you know, they are a complete basket assembly. Like, it's pretty much a subwoofer by itself. The new one does not have a basket. It is literally just the spider landing and spider. It's a lot different compared to these. These do have a metal cast basket on the back of it. And, you know, I in some ways, I wish they would have done that again so that the new drop-in would have been easier. But I know with the tolerance issues and stuff, they wanted to make it dummy-proof. And that's the best thing about Kicker products. They make it as dummy-proof as they can within reason. Of course, you know, there's some bigger dummies than others. But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. That's a shirt only you and Kibo could pull off. You know, Jake, I could see you wearing a shirt, you know, walking around, Livin Loud with Andy's shirt, looking like you're on, you know, lightning fire with a big SDK logo on the back. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it just for you, man. Thank you so much for the pennies. Where's the pennies? I had the pennies. I have the pennies over here. We got to put the pennies over there. I lose track of all my pennies sometimes, you know, they're just everywhere. I don't know where they go half the time. Thank you so much, Jake. Appreciate you. I'm catching up on the super chats. Oh, I missed that one, so I'm glad I went through that. Oh, we got to call off the search party. That's right.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
And we actually did, on Tuesday, after the show was over, we had a $10 super chat, but it was Tuesday, from Kibo.
This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
That's it, the flux capacitor. Thank you, Kibo. The search party is off. It's okay. And I know John fell asleep too, John K. He's like, how'd the show go? I'm like, dude, you didn't miss anything. I was sick, barely making it through the stream, and somehow we managed. But, nah, it's all good, Kibo. Thank you so much. And, like, the things you guys do, like, I am so thankful. I just feel special, you know, and you guys are just awesome, man. Like, big time. Thank you, Kibo. I appreciate you, man. VC with the $5 super chat, man. I can't. There we go. Oh, come on. Had it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you
got to
can do
look at
anymore.
it this way. You just got to look at it. I love that. Oh my God. We'll be at Sheets just nonstop, just looking at it. Oh, I did not almost knock over the SDK hat. He'll dock me. Rebase the tuba in polka music. Dare to be different and show up at the meet, bumping in your lender. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But, you know, I think that's an outfit. And, man, I love rebased music that is not rap. Like, I like all music. I like some 50, Nelly, whatever, you know, hard new music like Jake likes, the mumble rap and stuff. Just kidding. I like it all. But I love the music that's rebased, that is nowhere near what it should sound like at all. But it makes it sound like that bass, that track had bass, and this is how it would sound if it had bass. And I love that. It's the coolest thing. Dare to be different. I'll be blasting the 80s, man. Telling you. We got another $5 super chat. Man, you guys are nuts. They just want to look at it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you, Miguel. Appreciate you, man. I think this guy tunes into Bass Dad as well. Excuse me. See, now I'm clear. Finally getting through this stuff. Thank you, Miguel. I wonder who would know exactly how to build a great 215 box. Looking forward to box, Jake. Cheers. It's a Twisted Tea weekend. Green team here. Thank you, Miguel. Appreciate you, man. And, you know... Oh, wrong camera. I got too many cameras here. Thank you so much. And it's cool that you got an SDK box coming your way, man. And he takes care of us, and he makes some awesome enclosures. And whenever he does do the custom ones, like you're probably getting yourself, you know, like just developed in CAD and software and just designed in a way that's going to work out for you really good, and for the driver, you can't expect more. And whenever you're building a system, the enclosure is really the final product of how it's going to perform. Yeah, you could have all the power in the world, but if the enclosure is not up to par, it's not gonna work out very well. So that's awesome. Thank you again, Miguel. I appreciate you, man. Awesome. Oh, wait. Did I just see choke change? He heard his ears buzzing. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Late, but how is it? Doing well, man. Just glad we got audio. The live stream's going good. We've had like 40 people the entire show tonight, and I was really excited to do the show tonight. No, I really was. And just prepping, you know, the whole, just everything. Now I always do try to make this room clean. I do. But there's always things that I'm working on, tests, trying stuff. And it's like, oh my goodness, the room is destroyed. But that's the fun part about it all. It really is. Any live guests for Tuesday, Andy? You know, the last one we had was Rob, and then Remy. I don't think we've ever had Travis on for a Tuesday. I do. It's just with how this is, another thing I'm trying to work on, just like how I was doing the audio for Slamology. I'm trying to work on a way to add a second person, because when I add a second person right now, it doesn't look right. See how that's all over there? And I've done it. I can do it, but I'm really, really limited on the background of everything for when I have more than one person on. And I did it with Rob, and it worked. But then if I wanted to share a screen, it wasn't fluent how StreamYard is. Like if I just use it normally and I hit share screen, like say if my guest wants to share their screen, it's really hard for them to do that, because see how this implements that? It makes it nice. That might be blocking something on Streamlabs for all the fancy stuff that we have going on. So that's my hurdle with that, with having a guest, with all this fancy stuff that we do. And I don't want to lose that, because it's awesome. It really is. I'm working on it. Slowly but surely. Baba likes it. MBE on Tuesday. MBE. Oh, man. We love MBE. We do. Oh, excuse me. I mean, Kicker and DD. We're on the same team here. Scrolling down. See, why am I seeing this again? I already answered that. It went so far behind. Sean Lynn, what do you think of the L7Ts for a truck application? They seem to be a better choice than the Comp RT based on what I've seen. Would you agree? Okay, so the L7Ts are just a square kicker versus the RTs, which is just round. So which is better, the Comp Q or the Comp Q or L7Q? You know, and there's pros and cons for each. Might have a little bit more, you know, cone area, and power handling's about the same. And I feel like that's going to be the biggest difference between the two. And always know, whenever you have more cone area, inherently the enclosure might need to be bigger, or the port might need to be bigger, because then you have to factor that in, and how much motor force it has, and how much, you know, bore and stroke, and you might need a bigger port for that. And it all depends. So with the shallow mounts of that nature, I'm not super keen on them. I know how they work. I know it's like underhung, and it's just, they're designed in a way so that they work, and they're like this thin, you know, and that's crazy. So what is the better choice? I would look at, you know, how much space you got, and there's also the passive radiator setups. I think that they just came, well, it's with the, is it with the Dodge? No, they don't have an L7T passive radiator yet, but I think they're working on it. If they're not, they should. That would be awesome. And I know you can make your own, but still, that's a big difference between those two, because with the Comp RT, you could get a passive radiator setup, and then you could be a lot more, not louder, but kind of. A passive radiator setup is going to be louder than a sealed setup, but not always. It's going to have a better bandwidth and be able to play lower and probably be more efficient, like a ported box, but not. A passive radiator setup is like a ported enclosure, but it's limited on what the passive radiator can do, and that's causing resistance. But it works like a port where it lets, you know, you have coupling between the two, and whenever you're playing at the tuning of the passive the radiator, you know, that's moving a lot, and then the speaker's not moving that much. And whenever you go above and below that, and then they kind of work together, is really where you're going to get a lot of output. And just because how coupling works, and then how's that positioned in your car. It's a lot of physics and geometry, man. I love this stuff, but it's like so deep, it's really hard to say what's better. I would go with the L7Ts. I think you're going to get more bang for your buck, and squares are life. They really are. Let's see. Look at El Fuego with another $10 super chat. Thank you, El Fuego. Down payment for Livin Loud with Andy's help getting my Wave 3 mic set up. I'll be reaching out via Discord DM. I got you, man. I've had every problem in the book with this thing, and I appreciate you for the time spent. Plus, I'd do it for you anyway, El Fuego. Thank you so much. You are awesome. You are awesome. And I seen on the top of the screen here, Amp Dino's got gifted a membership, and I just had to take a look at it, and I said, would you look at that? Dean just gifted 10 Livin Loud with Andy memberships. I think we need more gain. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you, man. And I think we are at a solid 94 members. Like, solid, which is crazy. I love you guys. I don't even have that many Patreons, but even Patreon starts at $1. But the membership is cool too, because you get the special perks, you get the behind the scenes stuff too, and I don't know, it's just cool. You get to be part of the green team, man, period. Thank you so much, Dean. Hope you're doing well, dude. Let's see. All knobs to the right. That's about it. All right, we're over an hour. I'm going to catch up here. See, it keeps kicking me so far back. I don't know why it does that. StreamYard, I love you, but man, yeah, there's the search party, scrolling through. I got it. DC Talk, Rebase, Isaac, thank you for tuning in. I like your profile picture with the kickers. It looks good. I love B-Shock. I wouldn't say his is rebased, but it's got a lot of bass in it, like rap, Christian, but like, I don't know. I like it. I love B-Shock. I really do. I love him. I know. I tried firing mine up. I forget how to do everything. It's been literally like 4 years. I'm like, where's the piano? This isn't right. This is all wrong. Let's see. Scrolling down. I hope Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace has a, sorry, it's a Tourette, has a window or windshield installation available for the ride home from Slamology. Gonna rep hard for Andy and all that he does. Again, man, thank you so much. And, you know, I think they do have a few guys just literally standing there at Slamology. They got black shirts and they got hats and sunglasses. Just look for them. Those are the guys. They just replace all the windshields for all the ones that are broken at Slamology. It's definitely not a lie. You know what? No, I don't know about that one. Oakley would go nuts because, like, I know he's behind on the times, but like he's like all into Baby Shark, and I played the rebase and like the kids were both going nuts. I'm like, oh man, yeah. So Bluey, I mean, I could do that. I know I need to get back into it, but it takes time. Like to do a bad rebase takes like 5 hours. So yeah. Let's test it out, Andy. What are we testing? I'm so far behind. Okay, I'm at the Dean gifted memberships. 25 was gifted a membership. Was he? How did you not get one yet, 25? Your name is the only one that's not green on this list. Where is 20? I think John is sleeping again. Big kicker guy is surprised when he's getting kicked. You know, the irony, right? The irony. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No mod. In that case, happy times. Love you long time. John, where are you at? Where are you at? We need help. What's going on, Justin? Thank you for tuning in. I've been missing every single live stream this week. Either being sick, working on the car, working at Sheets. I'm terrible this week. I mean, can't miss kicker. I mean, that's a given. But all the other ones, I appreciate you tuning in, Justin. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. One thing I do want to show, and a lot of you guys probably already seen it. I posted it, but this guy is awesome. I wish I knew his actual name, but I have it on the channel. You can't miss it. And he does an awesome video of, you know, the kicker comp from Walmart. And there's still another one. I'm going to be like, dude, you need to try this one too. But still, his reaction to it was priceless. This is the guy that goes to Walmart, you know, stereo section, and he's just slapping stuff together, not knowing what gain and bass boosts and crossovers are, and he's just sending it because he wants to feel that bass. And he did a review on this kicker amp, or this kicker subwoofer with the Jensen amp, and I don't know if he watches my content. Like, this guy has to, because he just kept looking at it. Like, literally, no pun intended, just kept looking at it.
Take a look at that. Look at that, dude.
You would think he's gonna kick?
I think it is.
That is by far the best subwoofer that we've had. Go! It made the things fall off the back.
See how the speaker moves. So here it is, just taking a look at it. Look at that. Holy smokes. The bass on this thing is crazy. It is crazy. It is like it's like a it's because they just want to know the bass. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Would you look at that?
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
The bass on this thing.
Oh, look at that.
Like the amount of bass you get inside of this thing is just, dude, it's crazy. Like, look at that thing, dude.
Just look at it. Just look at it, man. You know, God, I was dying because I watch his stuff, and he said it like really into the beginning of the video. I was like, would you look at that? And then he like started saying it again, and then again and again. I'm like, dude, he just keeps looking at it. He keeps looking at it. I'm like, Bill, I thought it was an Andy thing. I think it's just a kicker thing, man. It's just a kicker thing. I can't. Don't forget, change clocks tomorrow. So wait, we gain. We lose an hour of sleep. Wait, gain. Yeah, because it's going to be brighter later. So we gain an hour. That's awesome. I'm excited. Because now I can actually work outside and not be pitch black at 6 o'clock. I mean, it's been pretty bright. Still. Extra hour of sleep. I'm game. Doesn't mean an extra live stream for an hour. I saw that video before. I know Mac, he was on it, man. This guy's always on it. You just got to look at it. That's all you got to do. You just got to look at it.
I took a look at it, huh?
Yeah, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
Very
I
good.
kept looking at it.
He kept looking at it all right. Now he's mad. I know, that's what I'm saying, man. Oh, wait, my camera's off. I'm not paying attention. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm like, there's no way. Unless he watches the channel. I don't know. I don't think he's subscribed. I hope he is now. El Fuego says, breaking news. The horse sent me a text regarding a future YouTube appearance with Robot Underground. Anyone to verify that? Man, that would be crazy. That would be insane. I don't know, though, because Robot went after Ashy, and Ashy's pretty close with Deviant. So I don't know. I don't know if Deviant would do that. Maybe it's clear the water for Ashy there. Hey, would you just look at it this way? Andy knows that you just gotta look at it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Just look at it. Gotta look at it this way. You just gotta look at it. Thank you so much, William. And I've been forgetting to test that darn BassKnob for you and send it out to you. We got something up the works. Just literally have not went into my garage. I need to go in there and get that going. Appreciate you, man. What is up, Kicker fans? Thank you for tuning in, Derek. I know we're about to end the stream in a minute. Spring forward, fall on your butt. I'll take it. So, spring forward, we're going to lose an hour, huh? Yeah, we would lose an hour of sleep. Yeah. Shoot. That's all right, though. It'll be brighter later. Let's see. Means it's going to be not as bright in the morning, too, which is great. Robot is a little crazy. You know, everybody's got their salsa, their spicy flavor they like, or maybe they don't like salsa. Either way, you know, I feel like there's always going to be that type of content creator. There's going to be the super positive guy. There's going to be the positive with a little bit of negative. There's going to be the negative with mostly negative and a little bit of positive, and just every different way. So everybody likes their cup of tea or their salsa a certain way, and they're going to strive it. That's fine. That's not my speed, but there's reasons why I'm not like that, and I'm glad, and made me a better person in a lot of ways. Not saying that's, you know, terrible way to go at things. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's your opinion, but still, I'm happy that I do things the way I do them, and there was a bigger reason behind that, which is awesome. Let's see, Mr. Roboto. El Gato Roboto? Uh-oh. What's up, Uncle Bobby B? Hey. Hey there, Andy. Thank you for tuning in. MR2 Racer 89. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for stopping in. Proud supporter of DIY Audio Guy. Keep it up. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. DIY. And thank you, El Fuego. Robot Underground responded to me, and Deviant wants to know if Ashy has a YouTube channel. Isn't it Bass Dad? I thought that was his YouTube channel. No? Oh, I must have been wrong. Didn't he? Yeah, you know, and I watched the video. It was like for like 5 minutes, and it was just dumb over him not liking recoil for what is it? Just because Patrick's behind it. And, you know, that's how some people are going to be. And you really, I would have just walked away from that. Just kept moving on. You know, I'd be like, oh, I don't like Kicker because Andy pushes it. I'm not going to get into that because I'm not going to win that battle. You know, and everyone's going to have their opinions, period. Sometimes you just got to let them roll, man. Let them roll. Who cares? But, hey, if you want to get down in the dirt, some people like that too. And it all depends you, man. Do you. You're you at the end of the day, and that's it. You're not nobody else. MBE and Robot Underground would create, you know, that would be a heck of a collab. United YouTubers Alliance. We all must get along. That would be something. JT1970, Annie, if I set my output to 2300 RMS at 1 ohm and my amp does 2370 at 4 ohm, would I still get 2300 when I rise to 4 ohm? Well, if you're setting it at 2300 at 4 ohm, at 1 ohm on the multimeter method, and your amp does 2370 at 4, would you still get the 23? No, you'd get a lot, I think a lot more than that, because if your amp does 2370 at 4 ohms, it's going to do a heck of a lot more at the 1 ohm load. But I'm trying to think. Ohm load should be ohm load, so that's going to make a difference of what you set your AC voltage to. Because if it's 2370 at 4 ohms, you're looking at maybe, I think, what is it? Could be like 70, 80, 72-ish volts AC. You know, and then what would that be, like 15-ish, 16 amps, and that would get you your like 4 ohm load. So you're like 72 volts instead of being at 23 at 1, which I think is like 32 volts or 40 volts AC. 40 times 40, 1600, 45. You get the math. So the VAC would be a lot higher at that 4 ohm load. So if you have it set at 23 at 1, your VAC is lower. So you're not going to get as much. I still feel like you're going to get a buku ton more power than you're thinking. I would have to do the math, but there's math behind it. And you can Google the stuff, man. I don't have a calculator for that yet, but you can just do the, what is it? The power times the impedance. I'm trying to think of how to do it backwards, because you just do the voltage squared, and yeah, that equals the power, and then divided by the impedance. I forget. Can't do it. It's hard doing on a live stream. It's hard. But if you're setting it at 4 ohms versus 1 ohm, there's going to be a difference. There's going to be a difference. Either setting it too high or too low. I love the positivity in the community. You have to, man. And it's a great place to be. Negativity, it just, I don't know. People love to laugh. I love to laugh too, but there's a line. There's a line. Kibo says, I mean, it's his channel. He can do what he wants. I don't get the point of using a following to trash someone or something, especially without zero effects. You know, and that's the number one problem of assuming something. I'm guilty of that too. That's why I try not to assume anything. Because you don't know for sure. Unless you know for sure, then sure, go full tilt boogie if you want. But yeah, that's a premature fire if you ask me. Definitely. Thank you, Miguel, at $5 super chat. He just wants to look at it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
About to pull trigger on high output alternator with 14.8 to 15.8 controller. YWT, what do you think? What you think, or have you done it yet? Serco is selling a controller for $60. Other companies are $170. And Brad sent me that controller. I didn't know what it did. It said GM 4-pin, three or 4-pin. And I'm looking at it and I'm wondering, okay, so a GM, like a Tahoe, GMC, like whatever. Like I don't have one of those cars. I got all Japanese, and put it in the shelf, sat it there. And running the 6S LTO in Kayla's car, it charged at about 14.33 at the back, fully charged, warm alternator. So that was okay, but sometimes it would drop down to like 14.2 if I sat the car even. Like that was like actually hot. The alternator was just regulating. PCM controlled. So you're still going to run into that. But I wanted to get more at a starting voltage. So I was looking into diodes, how to do that, and I'm looking at them like, okay, so I got to do this, I got to do that, sense wire, boom, 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 done. Okay, that's not too bad. Add more, release, whatever. So with that $60 controller you're talking about from Serco, all you have to do, instead of adding the diodes, you add that. And you just cut off the sense wire that goes from the alternator to the car. You cut that. You splice into where the sense wire is coming out of the alternator and sensing the voltage. And you tap that right to the controller. And the other wire, doesn't matter either one, you can use either one, but we use the gray wire. And then you run the other wire, the blue wire from the controller, to anywhere 12 volt positive, or just, you know, your car. You could tap it to the alternator output post, to a fuse block, to just anything. So it can tell the voltage and artificially tease the alternator into thinking the voltage is lower than it really is, and it's going to produce more voltage. And it just, I don't know how that works, not exactly sure, but still. And it's pretty cool because you can adjust it. Each alternator is going to be different because of just how it's, the diodes inside and how that works. You know, how AC current uses diodes, and that's how you get DC current, because it only lets current flow one way rather than both ways, and that's like AC. So alternators, I'm not 100% on them either. I know how this stuff kind of works, but not really. Leave it to the professionals and I'll get there. Either way though, I think they're awesome, and you can get like a half volt to like a volt gain out of it. I would say averagely a half volt, maybe a little bit more. And that's kind of perfect because a lot of cars charge at 14.8, and you can get to like that 15.5, give or take, range, and that's perfect for LTOs. I feel like it depends your LTO that you're running at 15.8. You know, if it's a 2.4 cell versus 2.3, that might be even more beneficial to be at that 15.8 rather than a 2.3 cell, and it's really not that super beneficial. A lot of extra work. So it all depends what you're trying to do, big time. And it's definitely worth it for $60. That, and there's a balancer on there, but it's actually a balancer BMS. And I learned this. You can actually use a BMS, but you can use the balancer only portion and have it Bluetooth on your phone. I'm like, why don't they make a Bluetooth balancer? Like, I don't want this just, I gotta solder a connection to here and here, and I want it Bluetooth, and you can set it all on your phone of your voltage ranges, and just, it's cool. It's cool. And again, $55. And so there's a lot of stuff out there, but I feel more people need to know about it, especially the DIYers, the people that are trying to get more out of the system, exactly like how you're doing with your, you know, to bump up the voltage. And with a high output alternator, that should have a sense signal, unless it's internally regulated, which even then, it still might have a sense wire. No, I don't think it would. I'll have to look into that. I'll get back with you. Thank you so much, Miguel. Appreciate you, man. Woo! I mean, we did only go a half an hour on Tuesday, so you guys are still here. We'll keep talking for a minute or two. My 1800.1 is giving great power. 23 at one point. Once I add great electrical, maybe 3K. She bottoms out. She bottoms out. You're right there. And I think I got like 2350 on the Term Lab clamping each CX1800, dropping down to 1.4, and that's like on the dyno how I showed, like it did more power at 1.33 versus 1. So if you go, you know, even closer to that range, you know, you still could probably get another 100 watts, maybe more. 3000, that's pushing it, especially even dynamic. If it didn't have the regulation of the any load in there, sure, you know, you're seeing 60 volts AC, if not more. It's like 63, 65 volts AC at like 40 to get that 1800, you know, at 1.44 or 2300 watts, whatever. And if you had 60 and 60, but it usually doesn't do that, you know, a little bit lower, you would be able to get like 3000 watts. But then it would blow because the amplifier cannot do that much current. That is the limiting factor. The current is really more so rather than rail voltage of the amplifier. That does go down, but that's just so that the impedance stays at whatever you're trying to do. And it has limiting factors in that, and it's just really cool how that's designed. I would love to talk to Bill down in the amp tech down at Kicker, because he's super knowledgeable. He's the guy working on the stuff, to learn more about how that works rather than loosely put. I want to learn the zeros and ones. There's probably something, some kind of chip in there that says, hey, would you look at that? Would you look at that? That's too high. You got to back it down. Too much current. Look at this. Oh, would you look at that? Now it's good. Would you look at that? Kibo says, no, I'm good. Okay, well, end the show then. Jeez, come on, man. Got my upgrade. Got to upgrade my battery. Going to follow Andy. Awesome, man. What kind of battery you running? 25 on SAC. Got it, my better half. Oh, goodness gracious. 25 with a cat. I see the cat. I see the cat. All right, cool. Andy, update on Kicker Club merch. That is a process. One, because everything has to go through Sandy and Steve. Haven't pushed that yet. I may or may not have already made something as Kicker Club on it, but I can't sell it. But you'll see that very soon. But I want to design something with Sandy. We had some rough drafts and stuff, but I want something perfect. And I would love to have something before we hit 50,000 members, but that's pushing it. We get like 1,000 every 7 to 10 days members. It's insane. It really is. But I definitely will get the Kicker Club merch, and I don't know. We'll see. One step at a time, man. I mean, Kicker Club is my group, but Kicker, like that's trademark, you know. There's always that. Let's see. Scrolling down. Cool. JS alternator for the win. There we go. Dean, there are VCM voltage control modules that have a larger variable resistors, and you can get almost 2 volts of adjustment. I seen somebody selling one. It looks like it had different switches on it, so it probably adds different amounts of resistance, you know, for the... I don't know if it would use diodes, but I mean, however that stuff works, man. I'll leave it to them. But still, that's cool where you can get a bigger range, because I was talking to Brad about it. He was like, yeah, you almost need something a little bit different for your car. So each alternator is going to have a different necessity of, you know, those resistances, those things you're adding to change the voltage. Voltage may vary, so you might have to add more. But the ones that have something like that, you can get a little bit more out of it, probably. Oh, would you look at that? Deviant has arrived. You're welcome. I was told someone put Robot, Blunderground, and Deviant in the same sentence. Nope. Ashy is my ride or die facts, and that's what I was saying, man. I was saying that. I'm like, I don't think Deviant would jump on with him with Ashy, man. You know, that's our boy. That's our boy. And, man, appreciate that you're here, Deviant. And he's always watching. Always watching. Love it. Someone send me a receipt. Oh, here we go with the receipts. Yeah, I'm putting in overtime. Oh, we only did the stream for like 30 minutes on Tuesday. So, and I just trying to wrap it up, but one step at a time. We're almost there. I think I covered everything though. Yeah, literally everything. Literally everything. We're good. T-shirt, already talked about it like 400 times. And the studio camera, I love it. It works. I appreciate you guys so much. And man, I don't know. It's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I don't know, man. Like I hate ending these shows because it's like I could keep going, but I don't want to keep you guys forever. And we got a show on Tuesday, so make sure you tune in this Tuesday for Kicking It with Andy. We'll have something good for you guys. Either way, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, stay living loud. Aw, man! Sorry, Deviant!
Okay. So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Is this thing on? Hopefully you guys can hear the intro outro music this time. Appreciate you guys, and be nice in the chat. John's not here. Love you guys.
Livin Loud Swag.
Audio is fine. Awesome. Again, good night, everyone. Cornut with a $3 super chat with the rain. But El Fuego comes in. He's stealing it. It looks like he's stealing it in 3, 2, 1. Knockout!